Hi everyone, here's Liftoff, Misch, Yuseff Days, and Rocco, Palladino. I think this song serves up something which hopefully is of interest and is cool to check out. The tune is based off of this, which you probably already knew. There's plenty on the internet to show you how to play that. But it struck me as there wasn't that much that tells you what that is. So I think, let's do it up the octave here. E minor 7, omit 5. F minor 7. C minor 7, sus 4. B flat minor over D flat, which is B flat minor, first inversion. So I'm arguing the case that those are the chords, and therefore we're in the key of F minor, and we're using both the F natural minor, which is like that, with the 4 flats, A flat, B flat, D flat, E flat, not in that order. They'd be B flat, E flat, A flat, D flat, but in the order in which they appear in the scale. So F natural minor, and then F melodic minor, F, G, A flat, B flat, C, D natural, E natural, and then F again. So raised 6th and raised 7th, which is the melodic minor sound. That sometimes gets called the jazz melodic minor because it's the same up as it is down, as opposed to raising it on the way up and then flat on the way down, but always like that. Which I think is really cool. And that's where I think this E minor chord comes from. It would be like an E minor 7 flat 5 from the melodic minor, but if we take the 5 away, just E minor. F minor 7, that's the one chord in the natural minor. Incidentally, the one chord, and this is cool to check out if you didn't know this, it might be worth your while listening to this. The one chord in a melodic minor is a minor chord major 7, and you might say, yuck, that sounds terrible. And to that I'd say, get a life. It sounds awesome. That's the end of that sentence. Cool. C minor 7, sus 4. Yeah, okay. So we can say that that's from the natural minor there with the E flat, which makes the chord 5 minor. More of that in just a second. Great chord change. The minor first inversion chord, really subtle, as opposed to, what if I put that? This chord here, which is a major chord. That'd be the 6th chord major. Cool. As opposed to the 4 chord minor in first inversion. Cool. So that's what I think's going on there. But then I wrote out these other 3 chords in green because I was interested in exploring this, and perhaps that's what you want to do with this tune. You know, I don't know, it's the kind of thing I would do. This is a lesson after all, it's not a playthrough. You know, you listen to it and then you play it a bit, you know, you can work it out, and then you're going to be like, well, how do I get some of this for myself? And for me, I do these kinds of things. So here are some alternatives. If that's E minor 7, it could very easily be C7 over E, which actually is the 5 chord in the F melodic minor. So let's turn that into a C7, okay? I don't need to do much. I need a B flat in there, okay? Let's keep the E. Let's have a B flat. Let's have a C and a G. And there we go, C7 over E, and maybe you can hear that wants to resolve, or it can resolve rather. It wants to do what it wants, but it can't, sorry, careful. It can resolve onto F minor, so there we go, that's the 5 chord. To the 1 chord. And then instead of the C minor 7, we could use A flat over C. It's very, very similar. There's C minor 7 sus4. Here's A flat over C. Okay, now, this is a thing that I like to do, so again, you can check this out. Why don't we just combine the two? Let's add the B flat. Cool, that sounds great. You might say, oh, that sounds like A flat add 9 over C. Tom Misch uses that chord all the time. Everyone uses that chord all the time. Let's put the F in as well. And you might say, cool, that's even more crunch. Now you're like, I want to hear a G on top of that. And then you're like, I want an A flat on top of that. And you could keep going. You might say, yuck, that's too much. I don't like my food to taste that good. Okay, then just have a sandwich. Sorry, no disrespect to sandwiches. Cool, so that's A flat major over C, which is so similar to that chord. Could go to D flat major, as opposed to the minor chord first inversion. So similar, but subtle difference. That difference was pointed out to me recently in a YouTube comment of all things. Cool. So there we go. So the progression could be something like that, as opposed to, and then you might be thinking, well, they sound really similar, and they are. And so I think it's really cool to explore the chords in this way, and then think in a key, and then okay, so I could make this, and this could be that and the other. I think particularly on this third chord here, you know, whether that chord is major or minor is a really cool thing. Right, okay. Here's some context. So that's what's played. So Tom Misch solos using the F minor pentatonic. And he's a real master of using that. Even if we use this chord bass with an E natural, he can still use the E flat really well over that. I just tried that. It was such a good example. But again, you're already checking out Tom Misch, so what do you care what I do? Right, let's try some of these variations now, and then we'll explore the music. So, I think it's cool to play around with the two. Maybe not if you're playing in this trio, but then you're not playing in this trio. Are you? Okay, I hope that makes sense. And yes, I am the kind of person that pays for music. Obviously. Okay, see you soon. Ciao.